I'm back. Corey Hart is back on the music scene, the pop rock scene. He's got himself a new CD/album, cassette, whatever the medium. Can I hold it up so I'm not like sending signals to somebody, doing the old mirror thing there? But self-titled, and I guess it's already hit the AC charts in the top 10. There's a single off it.
What does that mean, AC charts? Air conditioning charts?
That's exactly what it is. It's very cool.
Yeah, I thought
the
so.
AC charts.
Very cool music charts.
That's
right?
what it is. Air conditioning. Adult contemporary. See, I do talk radio. I almost forgot. MOR. Don't quiz me on that stuff.
I won't.
You've come to haunt me.
No, I haven't.
From the old days in Montreal. Anyway, but a self-titled CD, which speaks of maybe or hints at a trace of a fresh start, Corey.
Yeah, I think it was the original concept to call it Corey Hart. I had named my first 6 albums, different titles and clever metaphors and lines from songs and, the sort. And I felt that this record being my first in about 5-6 years, that it would be, because it's a personal record, that it would be appropriate to call it that, yeah.
You had a hell of a pace in the 80s, and then you had a hiatus, I guess, in the early 90s.
Yeah, I recorded my first record when I was 21. And,
that's young.
Yeah, it's young. I wrote the songs when I was 17, 18, 19.
That's impressive.
And the first releases were successful on the charts, and I pretty much was putting out records right through the 80s.
Yeah, just cranking up the machine and keeping the beast fed. When you have that kind of success and you're 21, and the adulation and your posters are plastered everywhere, and you're filling out arenas, your hometown and the Forum and things like that. I mean, it's got to be a heady time, no?
Yeah, it's a heady time. It's also, for me, it was a realization of a dream, something that I'd always wanted to do since I was really young. I knew what I wanted to do, and like a lot of young people, I felt, unlike a lot of young people, I should say, I felt very fortunate because I was very focused and I knew what I wanted to do. But, I've always believed that if you subscribe to the mythology of the rock star, that you will end up messing up your life, and I never did believe in it. I believed in what I was doing. I believed in my music. I believed in, the work I was doing, but I never believed in the notion of a rock star.
A lot of people, embrace that. That's their raison d'etre for being in there, and then other people are sort of contemptuous of it because they see it as, being just a facade, and it's kind of superficial.
Well, it is. I mean, it's not superficial in what you create, but it is superficial, and it is a bit absurd when you think of what rock stars and how rock stars are perceived and how they're, lionized and how, I wrote a song on my, I can't remember which album it was. I think it was my 5th album called Icon, which was a real, self-deprecating look at what I believed, the rock star myth was.
Yeah. As a rule, most rock stars, people that achieve that sort of pinnacle of success, do they have their heads screwed on right or not?
Most rock stars, do they? Well, about half and half.
That was a low batting story.
Yeah.
That's a low percentage. 50% was okay when I was in school. It got me by. But
I graduated high school with an 11% in math, so there you go. I'm not good on numbers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? And so the math teacher who told you you'd never amount to anything at the reunion, what'd you tell him?
Well, I never went to the reunion.
All right. That kind of bridge was burned a long time ago, huh?
I just couldn't get the numbers down right. I'm very good with remembering people and remembering places, and I've got a good memory. But when it comes to numbers and algebra and math, I was just hopeless.
Yeah.
Just hopeless.
There was a number, I read this somewhere in the files, the voluminous information that came down the pike with the release of this album, and it mentioned that you still hold the record for, I guess, the fastest million sales
yeah.
of an
I don't know because I've been out of it for the last 6 years, but up till I left, basically in 1990, I did, yes.
Now, that's amazing. And what was that for?
It was for Boy in the Box album, and it was the fastest selling Diamond album.
Like that must have happened the day the thing was issued.
No, it wasn't that fast.
No?
But it happened, I think, within the first 4 or 5 months. Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you back on the scene here,
Thank
and I
you,
know
John.
that, as I've listened to it, there's some nice tunes on this. It's, it runs the gamut of, I think, different moods, and it's obvious that you're speaking from the heart as much of your music in the past has done. I want to throw it just wide open. Let the folks coast to coast get a chance to...
Yeah, I like that. I like shows like that because I get to really feel... You know, often you don't get to talk to people that are actually out there that are listening to the music and coming to your concerts. And for me, you know, call-in shows I have a real good time with it.
Let's do it then. We'll open it up toll-free, coast to coast, 1-888-391-TALK. Corey Hart is here, and his self-titled album, his 7th now, is just out. Sony Music. You've got a big special.
You know, in craps, that's out.
Well, yeah, okay. That's not a good sign. It's nice to see you're into symbolism.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. And you've got a big CBC special that goes coast to coast tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
That's right, yeah.
All right. So this is a heady time for you. You're excited. The Rush coming back to you?
Well, I'm proud of the record, and, you know, the Rush is different now than it was, you know, in the early 80s or the mid-80s, I can't remember.
How most significant?
Well, I'm just a little more seasoned. I'm not a rookie, and everything for the, you know, the first time for everything is always really special. And now I just, you know, I look at my career with a lot more, you know, irony than I probably did earlier on. A little more levity.
Always love it when guys like you're 34, speak as grizzled veterans, like, you know, 1 foot in the crypt.
Hey, it's
Come
13
on.
years. I 13 years. I mean, I know I'm not, if I was a hockey player, they'd be booting me out soon.
It depends. You still got the legs.
Well, Hugh Lafleur thought so.
The head. You know, you're not making the
say the hair.
All right, let's come back. We'll talk to the people and see what's happening out there coast to coast. For Corey Hart, we're up and running. We're live on Life. I'm John Oakley, and we're coming right back with your questions and or comments. Stay with us.
Department 1, Richmond, Virginia.
We're back, live, coast to coast, on Life. Corey Hart is here again. The album is self-titled. I keep referring it to as an album telegraphing, a generational thing, the CD. And congrats, by the way, last night. This is quite an honor. The Society of Composers, Authors, and Musicians that have been played more than 100,000 times on Canadian radio. That's amazing.
Yeah. I was very, very honored, and there was Leonard Cohen is in that group as well. A few Canadian songwriters were in that, and they honored me for 3 songs, and I felt really, really good.
Yeah, just the idea, you know, 100,000 airplays. Rather significant. We've loaded up the board, not surprisingly. Dan and Erica Vernay have joined us in St. Thomas, live on Life for Corey Hart.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, Corey, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Congrats on the SOCAN Awards, eh?
Thanks very much.
What is it, Old Home Week here?
Oh, well, I know these folks.
How so?
Well, hey, Dan, why don't you tell them how I know you?
Okay, it's a long story. Actually, I'm originally from Aylmer in Ontario, and my wife was originally from Middletown, New York, and we met. We were pen pals for a few years before we met because we were fans of Corey, and then we met, fell in love, and she moved up here with me.
Hey, Dan, I never asked you this question, but did you guys ever fall in love over one of my songs?
No.
Oh, that's okay.
No, you were just the tie.
Okay.
I told you last month, I'll tell you again, the new album is great.
Thank you.
And I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Now that your French has improved over the last few years, do you think you'll ever write a song in French, either for yourself or Julie in the future?
It's improved, Dan, but I don't think lyric-wise I'd be able to master it. So, you know, I may consider doing something, you know, with a French lyricist, maybe doing the music and a French lyricist write some of the lyrics. But you know how hard I am on wanting the words to be right, and I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
Right. Okay, here's Erica, okay?
Okay.
Great. Let me go and get another one.
Yeah, right.
All right, no, go ahead. This is good.
Hi, Corey.
How you doing?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm terrific.
Great. First, I have to tell you that your new disc is amazing.
Thanks very much,
The
Erica.
lyrics are great, and then your voice is so strong.
Thank you.
And my question is, when you write a song, how and when does it come to you? Like, does it flow naturally, or is it something you have to work at?
Well, Erica, it really depends on the song, and some songs are, like the song on this record, India, was very easy for me to write.
That's
and
your daughter, right?
Yes, it's a song I wrote for my daughter, and it flowed very naturally. I wrote it, you know, within about a couple of hours. And there's other songs that require a lot more, you know, gut-wrenching anguish. But the whole process is so exhilarating, and I feel real lucky that, you know, that's what I do for a living.
Well, you sound terrific.
Thanks,
and
Erica.
it's so great to see you smile again.
Thank you.
Wow, that's a great call. Dan and Erica, thank you.
Thanks for calling, you guys.
Okay, take care.
We'll see you on tour, okay?
Oh, definitely.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So there is a tour upcoming.
Mm-hmm. The first one in 9 years.
What cities are you covering?
We're going to go across Canada. We're going to go start in Vancouver, I think, and work our way back to Montreal.
Which date? What's the launch date?
I don't. The dates are going to be. The tickets go on sale in December. I think the end of December. So I think the 23rd or 24th is the first date in January.
Fair enough. For Corey Hart, let's go to Toronto. Jennifer's with us live on Life. Hello, Jennifer.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Corey. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks, Jennifer. How are you?
I just want to say your new album totally rocks.
Thank
Just
you.
like your other ones, but this one totally rocks.
Thank you.
And I had a question about the new album. I know it's dedicated to Erica, and even though you're in a new relationship now, I mean, when you go back and listen to it, does it create a lot of positive feelings or mixed emotions, or how do you feel about it?
Well, sometimes there's certain songs that stir up some of the, some of the more painful emotions, like a song like "Someone," which was a very dark period when I wrote it, and I felt very, very lost. And so when I hear the song, it obviously it strikes a chord, and it reminds me of when I wrote that period of time. But no, the spirit of the record, it resonates with the power that love can heal and love can conquer all, and that's what I believe in. So, I feel good when I listen to the record.
Interesting. Thank you, Jennifer, for joining us tonight live on Life. There's also a song on the CD, 3rd of June, which is dedicated to
Julie.
Julie, your wife.
Yeah. Well, we're not married.
Oh.
That's all right, John.
Okay, no, that's...
You didn't say anything wrong.
No. I wasn't sure.
You said, oh, like it was a mistake.
I did, actually.
But it was a mistake. But
Okay.
You didn't say anything wrong.
Okay. I've been given absolution. That's a good thing. 3rd of June, that was also the day that Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge.
Was it?
Do you remember that? Was the 3rd of June. Don't make me sing.
But I like that movie. Who was in that movie?
I don't know. Bobby Gentry sang the tune.
Bobby Gentry. It was a very swampy, I remember liking that film.
Swampy is a good adjective. It was swampy.
It was swampy.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. There you go. Saskatoon's with us. Shondell, hello.
Hi, Corey. I'd just like to say that I really like the CD.
Thank you. I really like Saskatoon.
Are you going to be coming here on your tour?
Yes, actually. Did you know I was there about 2 weeks ago?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh.
Was,
Well, we have lots of snow since you were here.
Yeah, I'll be there probably first week of February or sort, something like that.
Oh, right on. I was just wondering, how come you took so many years off in order to do this new CD?
Well, there's a number of reasons, but the most significant reason is I just didn't have any material. I didn't have any songs, and I've never been one to, force the songwriting.
You're not disciplined in the sense you'll sit down at 9 o'clock at a typewriter, 9 in the morning.
I've done it that way, and the songs suffer.
Yeah.
And I can hear the songs on my previous records that were done that
So
way.
the music's got to flow through you.
Yeah, for me, writing songs, honestly, has always been my ticket, and, it's just sometimes, it was the first period of my life where I went through a real dry spell, and fortunately, I was able to take the time and let it, pass through.
In some ways, do you almost think that that's a necessary part of the process in the